Get ready to never be a love slave again after watching this video. Here you'll see love and women from a scientific perspective. Forget about all the theories based on philosophy, art, and culture for now. We're going to explore love as part of neurochemistry, psychology, and biology. The goal is to empower you so that you won't be enslaved by love.
I love you.
Let's dive into the explanations. First things first, it's your brain, not your heart, that makes you feel love. There's a huge misconception that thinking comes from the brain and feeling comes from the heart. Scientifically speaking, this is completely wrong. If you don't believe me, ask your biology teacher. Emotions are controlled by the brain. Feelings, mood, instinct, affection, longing, sadness, they all originate from the brain. The heart has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's just a poetic expression. The heart's only connection is that it beats faster when we fall in love, but that's because the brain tells it to. It can't beat faster on its own. Every part of our body functions under the command of the brain. That's why if the brain is damaged, we die. Now that you know this, you'll realize that logic and emotions aren't that far apart. They both come from the brain. So, the next time you feel helpless or sad because you can't logically understand love and women, think again. It can definitely be understood logically. The real question is, are you willing to use your brain to think? Maybe you're just too lazy to think because you've become a love slave. Sorry for being a bit harsh. It's for your own good, so you can rise above it. If you want to be able to control your emotions, you have to be strong in your logic. You have to train yourself to control your brain. Secondly, a woman's definition of attractiveness can change depending on her menstrual cycle. This is based on the latest study by Marty Hasselton, a professor from UCLA in the United States. During the fertile period, during ovulation, women prefer men who are handsome, tall, strong, and have a masculine face. This is because biologically, women want to obtain the best DNA to continue their lineage. You know, when they're ovulating, it means their eggs are ready to be fertilized. Outside of the fertile period, they prefer men who appear friendly, easygoing, good conversationalists, and financially stable. In short, someone who seems stable and financially secure. What does this mean for you? It means there's no absolute ugly guy in a woman's eyes. If you're good-looking but poor, a woman will see you as someone who can provide good genes. She'll be really interested in you when she's ovulating. If you feel ugly, but you can provide a sense of security in the form of financial stability, a woman can also like you. Ideally, if you want to be a cool guy, you should work on building a masculine physique and a successful career to have financial stability. If you're in this position, a woman will be even more attracted to you, and the chances of her cheating will be lower. But what if you have an average appearance and no money? It means one thing. Stop thinking about women. Stop being obsessed with them. Focus on improving yourself physically and financially. Thirdly, excessive jealousy and toxic behavior are caused by an excess of oxytocin and dopamine. Have you ever suddenly become extremely jealous and done things that don't make sense, like getting physical or threatening self-harm? This happens because of an excess of dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine is the hormone produced when you're happy, when you achieve something, like when you're playing a game or when you get likes on social media. Oxytocin is the hormone produced when you're affectionate with someone, like when you hug or hold hands. When you're too close to your partner, too affectionate, it can become toxic. Feelings of jealousy and the desire to hurt your partner or yourself can arise. This explains why blind jealousy usually occurs when we're deeply in love with our partner. To prevent this, don't be too intense with your affection. If you feel like you're being too affectionate, give it some time, create some distance, and do something else. Lastly, lust can freeze your brain. When you're aroused, when you're feeling lustful and want to get intimate, according to research, the prefrontal cortex of your brain temporarily shuts down. And guess what? This is the part of your brain responsible for logical and critical thinking. That's why you see, when you're trapped in lust, many guys become unable to think logically. For example, they refuse to use protection even though they're not ready to become a father. Even worse, some go crazy, lose control, and end up hurting or even killing their partners. It's because their emotions are heightened during moments of lust. So, be careful with your desires. If you're not good at controlling yourself, don't engage in activities that might trigger your lust. In conclusion, these are the 4 formulas of love and women based on scientific knowledge. First, feelings come from the brain, not the heart. So, it's not difficult and there's nothing wrong with being logical when it comes to falling in love. Second, a woman's standards of attractiveness can change depending on her fertility cycle. There's no absolute ugly guy unless you refuse to improve yourself. Third, excessive affection can lead to toxic jealousy due to the overwhelming production of oxytocin and dopamine. Fourth, lust can make you lose your mind and do irrational things. So be cautious. Now that you know all this, don't let yourself become a love slave. Always remember that love and women are natural phenomena that make your life more beautiful, not more miserable. If you like this video and find this video is helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more awesome content to help you become high-value man. I'll see you in the next video.